Alright, hi everyone. I'm just re-recording this Huerden half marathon, quarter marathon fly through video. This is ahead of the autumn 2023 edition happening on the 23rd of September. So thank you very much if you're running with us on Saturday. I'm just recording this because we've made some changes since the previous edition. During the kind of first kilometre and the last couple of kilometres. We just improved the start finish, mainly to avoid kind of going through these farmers' fields that you can see over here, which, depending on the time of year, have different types of livestock in and things like that. So we're just keeping within the Hughenden Park area just to keep things a little bit safer. There will actually be some very docile cows somewhere in this field. On Saturday, they're always there during the summer, but they're really, really tame, and we will be moving them somewhere out the way early on in the morning, or certainly Neil from the National Trust will be for us. So let's have a look at it. Just to cover those that are coming down, this is the sort of entrance track down the bottom here. Please do not park here. This is the church car park. So yeah, I mean, people do park there to walk their dogs and things like that, but please, for the race, do not park there. Just leave that for people using the church. There is more than enough parking for everyone up here, so you'll be driving up this track and actually parking in this field. This is the overflow car park. So you will be directed into the overflow car park, and then you'll follow in. There'll be some blue signage that follows you down the footpath just here to take you to the main registration area where the cafe, toilets and things are at Hughenden. So find yourself down there, pick up your bib, your wristband, everything that you need, and then once it hits 9 o'clock, I'm doing about 5 to 9. We'll do a quick race briefing by registration, and then everyone gets walked down to the park here. And at 9 o'clock, both races start together. That's also a change from last time. We did delay the start of the quarter by about 15 minutes to split the fields, but we think it's nicer having everyone run together. So yeah, everyone is starting together at 9 o'clock. So there's not much to say from the changes at the start. Really what we're doing instead, like last time, you ran down this diagonal path and out and up. We've just extended that a little bit because we need to hit, of course, the distances advertised, and we're losing a little bit of distance based on this change. So yeah, we're just extending that bit around there. So you've got a sort of a nice flat kilometre basically to this point, and then you do go back up the hill. It's a pretty short hill, but it's quite sharp. So you've got that about a kilometre to get yourself warmed up, and then what you'll see here is you're peeling off this left-hand path, and then you're running through a beautiful sort of single track woodland section here, really, really nice. And you'll see there's lots of different little bits of overlap in here, and you know, on the day the signage will be super clear. There'll be marshals, there'll be a marshal here, for example, there'll be a marshal here showing you where to go. But it, you know, effectively you're following this path down here, you're keeping left, and you're going up this path up to Downley Common. And what I wanted to mention really, and the main reason that's useful probably for you guys watching this, is just to make you aware of this course split. So as you're coming out of the woodland and up the hill, you pop out onto Downley Common, and if I just rotate that, you come out onto this road, and this is where the course split is. So we're currently looking at the half marathon GPX trail. So you can see the half marathon GPX trail takes you left here. So half marathon runners at the course split, you are turning left. Turning left, you're going down here, and then you're coming back off onto a footpath just here. So that is just half marathon runners only. And then if I zoom out, you can see that half marathon runners then complete this really nice loop around these forests here. So that's half marathon only. And quarter marathoners, you're going straight on just here. So course split, you don't really need to do anything. You just need to carry on going straight. And that takes you up to the top of Hunts Hill Lane. There is a checkpoint just here. This is where the checkpoint is. This is 3.5 or so kilometers into your race. So although there will be water available, this isn't really for the quarter marathon runners. You shouldn't really be taking anything from here. Of course, if there's something you really, really need, but 15-20 minutes into the race, you probably don't. So you're just going straight up there, and then you're following this route back to the finish. I'll cover that again in more detail when I get back to it after I've just described this half marathon loop. So yeah, this half marathon loop, I'm not going to say too much about it other than like, you know, there's lots of undulation here. So as you go down this path, this is all a really nice long downhill section. And then you sort of climb back up just here. This is all on a sort of farm track. So although it's uphill, it's nice firm ground. So I always feel like you can keep a good amount of pace on this. But turning left, and then we're going back downhill, lovely downhill again, and then turning right before you get to the railway track. We don't have a marshal here, so just note that there will be a nice sign pointing you right, but you're not going under the railway track, which will obviously pop you out back down onto that road. So just be wary that you're going right before the tunnel under the railway bridge. Turning right, there will be a marshal just here, and this marshal sends you right, and again we're going back uphill. Sort of back uphill, and as you get to here, you're sort of more on the flats again. And Downley Common, Downley Woodland, all of this stuff is really, really nice. So, you know, this time of year, it does get really muddy, but this time of year, it's still pretty good. So really fun forest running round here, and that loops you back eventually, and you come back, pop back out just here on this road at Downley Common where you were earlier. So that loop in total, that loop's pretty much 10 kilometers. So yeah, really, really, really good section, and that is your half marathon loop. Once you get back onto Downley Common, taking a left, and then you're following now what the quarter marathon runners have already done. So you're going left just here, and this is where you hit the checkpoint, which for you guys, for half marathon runners, is I think it's 13.7 or 8 or even 9. It's just under 14 kilometers for the checkpoint. Plenty of sugars there, so get anything you need on board, and water, of course. And then you've got, okay, go along Huntshill Lane, turn right. This is your downhill section. Turn left. This marshal you'll see for the second time. You saw that marshal at about 2 kilometers. Then you go and sort of back uphill, up to the top of Huntshill Lane again. Turn right, and then you're going down what they call the coffin track. This is the old road that they used to take the coffins to the church on, as far as I've been told. So down the coffin track, past the car park, and this is where, yeah, the changes are very different from last year. So last year, or earlier in this year as well, we sent people through this woodland and out, around, and across these 3 fields. But yeah, as you say, we've changed that. So just here, where you would have turned left before, you're just carrying straight on across the road. So watch out here, this is the entrance track for Hughenden. Just watch out for cars. We'll have a marshal there, but just watch out for cars as you pop out of there. And then maybe a little bit cruel, but I think quite nice in some ways, is you run, you're at the top of the hill here. You're running past, you'll have the start finish on your left. We're going to put a lot of barrier tape here, so you can't sneak to the finish a little bit early. But certainly for the runners sort of towards the middle of the pack, there'll be, you know, a lot of runners were already finished, and there'll be spectators around clapping you through here, which will be nice. And then you're running along the top of the hill. And this is now, when you get to this bit, turn left, and you're following what was that first one and a little bit kilometers sort of in reverse back to the start. So down the hill here, this is nice and flat, looping around, and then you got a slight little up just there. Let's see what that looks like on the 3D. It's not too bad. You'll feel it at the end of a half marathon, but really cool. Just finish on the top of that hill. Lots of people will be there cheering you on. And that is, yeah, for the half marathon, that is exactly a half marathon distance. And for your quarters, that's, just over 10.6 kilometers. So there we go. It's a really cool route. I really love this race. So if you're running it with us, yeah, this Saturday, I'll see you down there. But if not, get yourself on it whenever we are doing it again. So nice one, guys. See you soon.